I am an introvert, or at least that's the kind of person I am for now. Because of my reserved nature, it's common for people to assume that I'm shy, uptight, or someone who has little to say. Well, that's not true. In a society that praises extroversion, there were times when I questioned if I was built for this world. But at some point, I came to realize I may not fit into certain parts of our society, though that doesn't mean I've got nothing to offer. And for anyone going through this internal battle, I'd like to share what my introversion has given me and why I would call it a gift rather than a curse.
Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bianca, and my own journey to understanding my introverted nature has actually been quite enlightening. It wasn't like a single aha moment, but rather a series of realizations over time. Through various personality tests, as well as a lot of reflection on how others perceive me, I suppose there's a bit of a truth that I gotta embrace. I am an introvert, but hey, let's just clear up a common misconception. Being an introvert does not mean that I avoid socializing at all costs. Quite the contrary, I do actually enjoy social interactions, but simply in doses that feels right for me. I like to kind of think of it as having some sort of social battery. After some time in some sort of social setting like a party or a networking function, I would just tend to start losing my train of thoughts and suddenly turn really quiet. So I would need some time to recharge alone. It's like there's absolutely nothing personal against anyone. That's just who I am. So in our society, there is a noticeable spotlight on extroverted traits, such as being super outgoing, being talkative, or just generally being socially proactive. So this can understandably make us introverts feel a bit out of place, as if we're just not in sync with the world's rhythm. But I guess I've been constantly debating with myself whether being introverted is actually a disadvantage. Through my different life experiences thus far, I suppose I've come to learn that it's not about ranking things based on some sort of hierarchy of personality traits, but about appreciating the different qualities. So introverts like myself often find our most meaningful connections in one-on-one interactions. I reckon part of the reason why it's because on these one-on-one situations, we will be able to engage in a more in-depth manner and thereby be able to foster a stronger sense of mutual understanding and respect that is way harder to achieve when you're talking about interacting in much larger groups. In other words, our connections tend to be really rich and focused, so it thereby allows both parties to dive into topics with much more depth as well as sincerity. In these interactions, it's not just about listening and then speaking. Rather, it's about this reciprocal exchange of ideas and feelings and even some energy. And a lot of it stems from having a genuine interest in the other party's thoughts as well as experiences. Therefore, it helps a lot with building a strong foundation of trust. So this unique approach to relationships, which is largely grounded based on the strive for quality connections over just simply very superficial encounters, is a strong testament to an introvert's ability to create lasting bonds. Moving on, I would say that introverts are generally really decent at observing their surroundings with great attention and depth. We're kind of like sponges, where we are just constantly soaking up information and processing it all in our minds. While this may often go unnoticed by others, because hello, this is all just happening inside our heads, I reckon that this is actually a really interesting skill that allows us to catch on small little details and hidden meanings that others may often overlook. From these observations, I suppose I have come to notice that a lot of introverted people, whether it's my friends or colleagues, have actually been quite good at coming up with original ideas as well as solutions. And a lot of it can be greatly attributed to them taking the time to truly understand the core of a problem or a situation. And I would say that this ability, which I guess we can call it as quiet innovation or quiet problem solving, is particularly valuable in fields where understanding really complex systems or thinking creatively is really essential. And in a world that often celebrates fast-paced and noisy results, I would argue that we need introverts because they bring in a very thoughtful as well as a balanced approach towards progress and change, where things like careful observation and reflection are key. Meanwhile, sensitivity is a pretty common trait amongst introverts, and it's a quality that I'm gonna wholeheartedly identify with. While it's true that some individuals may take offense when labeled as sensitive, I also still believe that it's this very trait that empowers introverts like me. Our sensitivity enables us to excel at reading a room, empathizing deeply with others, and carefully choosing words before speaking. These qualities grant us profound insights into the people and situations that we are dealing with. And having to acknowledge that some parts of our world right now is often marked by conflicts and discord, I'm also hoping that sometimes introverts, we are able to just embrace our sensitivity and innate understanding of emotions as a means to just promote harmony and peace within our communities and beyond. It's like, use these traits to bridge gaps and facilitate resolutions when conflicts arise. So, before you decide to overlook the potential of your introverted nature in various aspects of your life, I would encourage you to just take a moment to consider how your introverted strengths can actually bring immense value to our world. Your unique perspective, thoughtful approach, as well as this knack for forming deep connections are actually significant assets in absolutely any pursuits. I suppose it's good to always remember that our world thrives on diversity in personalities, and introverts play a vital role in enriching that tapestry. With that, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you found this video to be insightful, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icon. And if you're interested to check out content that explores topics that are really close to an introvert's heart, you might want to check out another video I made where I talked about the joys of just embracing a simple life. Try to just always stay true to yourself, take it easy over there, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye bye!